Knott's Berry Farm is an amazing theme park located in California. This park is home to many rides and attractions, but today we're going to count down the top 10 rides at Knott's Berry Farm. Coming in at number 10, we have got Sierra Sidewinder, a max spinning coaster, and straight away this coaster really fits into the park, with the trains themselves having a really cool design on them. The actual ride itself is perfect for a family because not only is it not too scary for people who don't like coasters, but it also provides enough thrills that if you do love coasters, you'll still love this ride. So to be honest, what is not to love about Sierra Sidespinner? In at number 9, we have got Jaguar, a Sierra steel coaster. Now this ride is a bit of a mix for me, as the layout itself is good, don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit boring at times. But the theming, oh my god, it is very good. Now I love the theming on the train as it really fits into the name, and then you have the surrounding area which is also really well themed, with all of these different trees around, giving the ride a superb experience, which really makes the ride for me. Get ready for a Revolution, as at number 8 we have La Revolution, a gyro spin that is one of the few flat rides located at the park. This ride concept is very simple, as all that happens is the arm that you sit on will spin around, then you will be swung in the air. These types of flat rides can give some very intense moments, and sometimes they can really pack a punch. Also, what I love about gyro swings is that many people can sit on them, so if you do come in a big group, you can always sit on opposite sides and face each other as you swing up and down. At number 7, we have got Soul Spin. This Mondial Top Scan is one of the most intense rides at the park, and if you've done a top scan before, you would know how intense these monsters can get. If you love getting swung about like crazy, then look no further, as this ride will definitely be a dream come true. Personally, these types of flat rides are some of the most intense rides out there, so for one to be at Knott's Berry Farm is amazing to see. Do you want to scream? As for our number 6 spot, we have Supreme Scream, an S&S turbo drop. Now at a height of 325 feet, this ride will do a pretty intense drop at the top of a tower to only then launch you back up and do a few more drops on the way down. So for what it is very jam packed, as there's a lot going on. You tend to feel like the ride is going on for a lot longer than it really is, but honestly it is such a good ride, and not only is the ride intense, but the views that you get from it is so cool, as you get to see the majority of the park and all the area that surrounds it too. Although you don't get a lot of time on this ride, you do get to take it in, because as soon as you plummet down, you'll be like, wow, what a great attraction. Coming in at number 5, we have got Montezooma's Revenge, a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop, and the ride could easily be counted as the classic. This ride opened over 43 years ago in 1978, so even this ride is so awful, it would be definitely worth a cred. However, this ride is anything from awful, as it is one of the best rides at the park, with there being some intense features such as the famous loop, which after all of these years still is fantastic. One thing that I would look out for, however, is the age, so don't expect it to be the smoothest of rides. Don't get me wrong, it's not rough, but it can shake you about a little bit, but what else do you expect when you ride a ride over 43 years old? In at number 4, we have got Silver Bullet, a B&M inverted coaster. Inverted coasters are some of the best models out there, well, B&M ones anyway. We won't talk about the Cobra's SLCs. But with this ride model becoming a very staple of the most theme parks, Silver Bullet is no different. This ride, like many other similar ones to it, offers so much fun and thrills. For starters, this ride is always very smooth, which is perfect to see. The features though are also forceful, as you get to experience a cobra roll, two corkscrews and a 0G roll. It definitely doesn't disappoint. If you're looking for a fun and intense ride, maybe Silver Bullet might be able to help you out. We are entering the top 3. And at number 3 we have HangTime, a Ghost Rider Infinity coaster. But what I love about this ride is that it almost reminds me of a drop coaster. That's because when you get to the top of a lift hill after going up vertically, you're sat over the edge of a drop looking down, giving you some great hang time, no pun intended. After that, you are plunged into the drop, staring off the ride. And what is so great about this ride is that it's not even too rough, and the reason why I'm saying this is because Ghost Riders are often stereotyped as being very, very rough. So for this ride to be smooth is definitely up there with my bucket list coasters, and it should definitely be on yours too, unless you have already been on this classic. Coming in at number 2, we have got Xellerator, an intermittent accelerator, believe it or not, that launches riders 205 feet up into the air. Now if you've done rides like this before, then you know how fun these are, and now that most parks accelerators like these are seen to be a big challenge, as most of the riders are some of the tallest in the park. Unlike counterparks, this ride has a layout after it, as most accelerators just have a top hat and then nothing else. Xellerator not only launches you off at 82 miles an hour, but you also have a layout after that top hat. With this ride, I would say that front row is the best row on the ride, and even better than back row. However, I think back rows are normally better on accelerators. Some people do argue that they are underrated though, and I am one of those. So if you're at Knott's Berry Farm, be sure to ride it at the front and back, and let me know which is better in the comments below. And now we have made it to the moment that you have all been waiting for, the number 1 spot. And the ride that goes to this spot of course has to be Ghost Rider, a GCI wooden coaster. And this coaster just looks and is an outstanding ride. It's definitely one of the best GCI coasters out there, if not the best, because not only does it have the iconic woody roughness, but also it has intensity with its height, but also the amount of airtime you get in it as well. You just want to go round again and again, trust me. If you also do sit at the back, you will be taken on a journey like no other, as you will be dragged about and getting some of those great airtime moments 10 times better than any other row. Also with a long layout, no matter how long your queue is, you will not be disappointed. Now, although I have mentioned that the back will be more intense this ride, the front also does deliver a very different type of moment, as being at the front you will get tossed and turned at every single airtime hill you get on that classic airtime feeling. That's what makes this ride so great. If you have never been on this ride before, then I 100% recommend to go on it, and I would be straight on it if I was you. Unfortunately though, that is it from our top 10 video at Knott's Berry Farm. Now of course this is my opinion, so if you do have a different one, please make sure to comment down below and I would love to see it. Also, if you are a big fan of the channel, please subscribe and like, as it does also mean the absolute world to us. And also check out our Patreon page. From as little as £1 a month you can help us make more content just like this one here. But that is it from me, Tom Derrick from Theme Park Hosting, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.